Hello and welcome to Unrestricted Lore Fairs. What is this, the 54th faction turn? You believe we've done this for 54 turns. As always, I'm your host, Xavier Storditz, and you may also know me as Lich from the Unrestricted Lore Fairs Discord server. Let's go ahead and oh, we're staring at a very boring portion of the screen. Let's switch over to our map so we can take a look at Tellus. I'm going to give people a chance in chat to let me know if the audio is doing all right, because last time we did one of these, it decided not to play along very nicely. So we're gonna take a little bit of the time at the start here and make sure that it is doing all right. So hopefully somebody in chat can confirm for me that I actually sound fine this time, unlike last time where it was a jumbled mess. But if not, everything looks fine on my end, but it was deceptive last time. So while I wait for somebody to get back to me. This is our 54th turn doing this, and as a reminder, if you missed the announcement at the end of the last faction turn, this is getting ready to work towards the wrap-up, as towards the end of this year, which I know feels like very long time away, but not that long in terms of the board game of the faction turn, given that that's only 8-ish turns that are remaining approximately. We might go into the start of next year a little bit if it makes sense story-wise to wrap things up, but that's roughly the time frame we're looking at for wrapping things up. So just keep that in mind as you're throwing out some turns, and we might see some old faces, maybe even some new faces, show up over that time frame, just to cause a little bit of havoc, because everyone did such a great job restoring the gates connection that people can travel around much easier than they used to be. Exploration is a double-edged sword. With that said, let's go ahead and get started today. With the first faction on our list, which is the Children of the Vein. They are up first this turn, and that's a pretty exciting place to be. So let's go ahead and copy this over. They're going to be taking the Scout a System goal and the Use Asset Ability action. So let's first, of course, as always, go give them their money. 54 income from the bank to the Children of the Vein. They're collecting 9 faction credits worth of income before they go do a few things. So first off, they are going to be doing use asset. Oops, I didn't. Yeah, we'll jump into the game there. They're going to be doing the use asset ability action on the commodities broker to roll some dice. Let me not text chat options, clear the current chat log. Let's not accidentally flash the URL to join this Roll20 game onto the stream. That's oh, one of those, that one gets re-rolled because of course they have the fanatical tag. It's solely a little bit better. Discount of 2 and 3 on their 2 commodities brokers. Children of the Vein, that goes away. Alright, so this has the discount of 2, well, actually 3, they're consistent, and this one has the discount of 2. Up next, they have a pre-tech manufactory to roll on Tellus, which is a d8, re-rolling ones once. That's a 7, so that's 3 faction credits worth of income. And then they have a party machine also on Tellus to roll. Let's roll a d6 for that. That's a 6. Congratulations. So that is a total of 4 faction credits generated this turn. Up next, they're going to move some assets around by activating a transit web that is on planet AJ, right here, to move a transit web that is located on Heliositis. Oh, sorry, excuse me, to move itself from here to Heliositis. So that'll be that'll cost them a faction credit, but is a straightforward thing to do. So transit web on planet AJ. moves to Heliocytus. And finally, they're going to attempt to revise charts to modify some population at the system on the world of Beholder. This is a D10 rerolling ones plus 8 roll against DC 11. That's an 18 with a nice reroll from a 1 into a 10. Successfully increasing the population of that place to an outpost. Alright, that's fine, Beholder. Congratulations. Fantastic. Yep, I know I'm editing parts of the sheet that you don't like. This should have also had the Valkyrie event bonus if needed, but they didn't even need it. So, congratulations to them. Cool. They generated some money. Let's go give that to them. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. That's 4 faction credits, and they had a cost this turn of a single faction credit just to move that transit lab. Fantastic. That brings us on to the next faction this turn, which is the Starlit Court. They coming in second this turn, collecting an income of 7 faction credits. They are going to be taking the Seize Planet action, the Seize Planet goal, which makes sense as they're finishing a Seize this turn, and they'll be taking the Buy Asset action. So let's go record that asset purchase for them first. I don't think they have a asset with purchase sickness. Nope. So we'll go ahead and add a new one. They are buying a Strike Fleet on Grail World. This costs a total of 12 faction credits by default, but it will cost less on this world, only a total of 10 due to some bonuses that Grail World has. We'll show those off in just a second, because I have to go switch tabs to do that. So we come over to the planet map. Actually, I think I can do it on this map, can't I? Nope, I can't do it here. Darn. Grail World. Well. Over here, any starship type costs the rounded down asset tier divided by 2 faction credits less. So that's 4 divided by 2, so 2 credits less to purchase. So a total of just 10 to buy this asset. That is the end of their purchases, but we do have a Seize to complete for them. So Starlit Court right here has finished their Seize of Planet CX. That gets them 1 XP, taking them up to 10. And if we come back here, Planet CX, now controlled by the Starlit Court, which gives them 1 extra XP for a successful planetary seizure. That takes them back up to 11. Let's go make a note of this. Plus 1 planet of bonus. Fantastic. We'll move right along then to the Assembled Commonwealth. Since I see it before I go through the Commonwealth's turn, I will answer your question in chat memo. The population modifying is no longer at disadvantage. The clock that was affecting that has turned off, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Tellus Improvements is complete. And you are correct on the XP track. I don't think I gave them an XP. Oh, it is marked here. XP Scout A system requires making. So I should go track that they have that goal. Cool. Now we'll probably get to the Commonwealth. Who are going to scout a system and take the use asset ability action. We have some things to go do for them. First off, we'll roll a pre-tech manufactory that is on Tellus, but has disadvantage due to the disordered tag. I reroll once if it is less than 4. There's a way to do this, but it's a 2, so we reroll this into another 2, so that's a single faction credit for them. Okay. And then they're going to roll 4 commodities brokers and 2 party machines. So they earned 1 credit from the pre-tech manufactory, but they did trigger speculative investors. So we'll deal with that in a second. And then party machines, just 1 of those earns a faction credit because those are 4, 5, 6. So they generated 2 faction credits, but got a 3, 5, 8, 8 on the discounts. Simple Commonwealth. This goes away. I need to roll the 1 on Grail World. I missed that. Let's handle that in a second and then come back. So this is discount 3, discount 5, discount 8, and discount 8. And I have... Oof. Neither of those pre-tech manufacturers did very well. But they do both earn a credit, so that's a total of 3 credits generated. So we'll go grant them their income, which was 6 faction credits, and their generated income, which is 3. And we'll go ahead and charge them for their, for their cost while we're here. So they're going to be spending a total of 2 faction credits this turn by doing some movements. So first off, they're going to use the party machine on Idarast to move a pre-tech manufactory on Tellus to Idarast. Tellus to Idarast. They're then going to move an Armageddon mech in 1013 to 1214 Iverleith. And they're going to try to reveal some moons. So that's a D10 plus 7 versus DC 8, so a guaranteed success. Ooh, another 17. To reveal D4 moons in the Astanar, around Astanar. That's only a single moon for them. Sector objects. I'm assuming this is Idarast. Moon 20. Oh no, planet O. It is marked. I just can't read. There we go. A single moon. That earns them an XP. Takes them up to 10. And yeah, we can keep going on to the 4th faction this turn, which is the Ascended Epistratum under new leadership. There's a weird sound that happens from them this turn as they take the Change Homeworld action, and we hear the buzz of wings and the snapping of Chitin Safus from the Epistratum. Swarms of ships and creatures begin to blot out a score of suns in the shared system between them and the Larkspur Combine as a great migration begins of portent mission. they've activated Change Homeworld, trying to move all the way to 0302 Elysium Maledictum. What a fantastic goal to work towards before the end of the game. Somewhere they're in this list for me. Here they are. They have a bunch of seizes finishing this turn too. How did I track this down here? Change Homeworld. 0 out of actually it's 1 out of question mark. Let's go figure out how many it is. So right now they're here in Grokpaktik on the world of Moss. They are traveling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a total of 10. Well, they might just get this done before the end, and maybe I'll politely offer ways to help them out, because that would be a fun story beat. They do finish some seizes this turn too, but before we get there, let's go make a roll to protect the megafauna on Eternum Captivus. I have grand hope that they will do it this turn. Let's go find out. We have a D10 that we are rolling plus 15 by taking by spending all 10 faction credits, taking damage to the Book of Secrets, and trying to beat DC 21. We'll re-roll with the Book of Secrets if it's possible. That's a 24. Everybody, we've done it. We beat DC 21. Congratulations. They've secured the legendary megafauna. Let's go see what this gets them in terms of XP and a brand new sector object, I think. Whew. That's very exciting. All right, so the megafauna they have secured is the legendary evasive megafauna on the world of Eternum Captivus. So it gets to disappear off this map, but we'll do that in just a second. Let's go find Captivus. Megafauna Sanctuary. Occupied by What am I? Occupied by this guy. Which hopefully they'll give me a name for now. Chillin' and Relaxin'. Who knew I would use the occupied and situation fields that I haven't used except for a few other times for such wonderful things. This is of course a fauna sanctuary on the planet. Ooh, I like that. Chillin' like a villain. There we go. So they can give us a name for this legendary evasive fauna, but they get some XP for this, which let's go figure out exactly how much it is, given it's the first time we have actually seen this this goal completed successfully. So this is Secure the Megafauna. The completion is rounding up of the fauna tier divided by 2, so that's a total of 4 XP granted to the Ascended Epistratum, taking them up to 5 and clearing their goal. Then we have several planets to go seize for them, DG, DR, and CM, so let's go do that. Planet DC, Ascended Epistratum, DG, Stratum, and CM. Cool, none of these need any choices from them for me. They just all affect assets purchased on those worlds. Congratulations. Oh, I marked the wrong one. It's DR, not DM. Let's go figure out what I did wrong there. I didn't do DR, did I? No. I marked something wrong. Somebody who was watching the video tell me what I did. I think DC was the wrong one, wasn't it? Yeah. 02020. I think I cleared things out. I didn't mean to. Yeah, no, DC can't be right. There's nothing there. So, that was the one I did wrong. Cool. DG, DR, and CM. Yep, those three make sense. So that's all fixed. Cool, no longer need that tracker. They need to go be appropriately charged, and I guess that Book of Secrets does need to take some damage. That's 8 damage to the Book of Secrets. Hopefully that doesn't kill it. Nah, we're doing fine. Book of Secrets. It's down to 2, but luckily Tellus could heal it both up. DC and DM, I'm wrong again? Wow. This is why I shouldn't get rid of my notes before I've actually done it. So which ones shouldn't it have been? It shouldn't be DR, and it shouldn't be... You know what? We'll fix this after the stream. Somehow I've messed it up. Somebody can just tell me what I have wrong at the end, because now I've confused myself. And the delay with chat is understandably causing me more confusion. So we'll get back to that at the end. And move on, instead, to the Agumala Syndicate, who are up 5th this faction turn. But before we do that, I'm sure the Ascendant of Stratum will initiate their income. So we'll appropriately pay that. Costs from them. They did spend more, but that's okay. Probably well worth it. 54 income for Agumala Syndicate. They're going to collect 6 faction credits and take the attack action against a remarkable passive megafauna. So a different one than the one that was just secured. We have a remarkable megafauna in Maze. They are going to move some assets here first, so let's go ahead and do that for them. First up, the Agumala Syndicate is moving the Silver Wings of Aniti from the 0906 to Maze. And then they're going to move the Armageddon Mech, the Rites of Spring, to Maze. And then they're going to just go ahead and attack. So they're going to activate the Armageddon Mech, the Viridescent Fangs first to gain the Armored status. Up here, Armored, using their Spectral Hunter's tag. Then they're going to attack with the... basically all of the assets here. So first off, we are starting with the Silver Wings of Aniti, which is a Armageddon mech. This is a Force v Force attack. A remarkable megafauna is, I believe, +4. We'll go double check, because that would be embarrassing to get wrong, but I'm pretty sure remarkable. Oh, yep, notable is 4. Remarkable is just +3. So this is a D10 for the attackers first. Let's say for the Agumala Syndicate, this is a D10 +6 versus a D10 +3. Oof. Defenders win on the first one, but that should have had a warlike, so let's re-roll the attackers into a 9. Still doesn't win. Oop. Unfortunate. The counter-attack damage here from this asset then, the remarkable megafauna, is somewhere in my list. It's a D2. Oh no. It's 2. Of course it is. That's the way things work. So the Silver Wings of Aniti take 2 damage, taking them down to 16. Ouch. We'll follow up with the Viridescent Fangs, which is the same set of rolls. So the attacker first with another 9, followed by the defender, or 5s. The attacker wins. This is 2d8 worth of damage, so 9 damage. I'm pretty sure that gets rid of the remarkable megafauna. They aren't that beefy. Oh, no, not quite. It'll have 3 HP remaining. So we'll try this one more time. with the Rites of Spring, which is also an Armageddon mech, so we just get to repeat these rolls. So +6 is an 8, +3 is a 7. The attackers win for 2d8 worth of damage. That's 10 damage. That will destroy the remarkable megafauna. Congratulations. As they get rid of this one. We'll go ahead and get rid of that, and then we get to give them some XP. First off, this ticks up by 1 before being completed, so that is a total of +4 experience points, taking them up to 13 for hunting that remarkable megafauna. They spent 2 faction turns this turn moving some assets around, so we'll charge them that, and then move on to our next faction, the Larkspur Combine, who will be collecting their income of 7 faction turns and then buying an asset. So let's go purchase that asset for them. They're going to purchase a Larkspur Combine is going to be purchasing a popular movement. They're going to be making this purchase on the world of Moss. Oops. Of course, it will come in with stealth because that's what they've got, and purchase sickness, the 2 of those combined. So it costs them 25 faction credits. Then they're going to move a few things around. First off, they have an Armageddon mech that is currently on Grail World that they are going to move to Tellus, paying a faction credit in Pirate's tag. Then they're going to move a Armageddon mech from Yakia to Tellus as well, triggering that pirate tag a second time. So we'll go record those costs for them. 25 faction credits for their purchase, and 2 in pirate tag triggers. Which brings us right along to the Amelhart Institute that is coming in 7th this turn. They're going to be purchasing... Oops. Yep. They're going to be taking the buy asset action, but let's give them their income of 6 faction credits before we do that. Scroll on up. They, of course, have a asset they bought last turn, so we'll just add to that list. They are purchasing a transport lockdown, and they're actually trading in an asset for this, so let me get rid of that row. They are trading in their party machine located on Ingrid to do this. Become a transport lockdown. Can they make that trade? It changes type. Let's double check. I don't think they can. They can still make the purchase though. Buy asset. Faction must have the... Did I get rid of that in the thing? I might have. Of the same type. Nope, I didn't. Same type. So unfortunately, cunning and logistics, Philly, and tactic are different. The most annoying set we've encountered. But they can still make this purchase, I'm pretty sure, for a transport lockdown. I think they have the money for it. Let's find out. It costs 20 faction credits. The Amelhart Institute have more than that, a balance of 52, so they can easily afford this purchase. And maybe had other plans, but that's just the way things work out sometimes. So they can purchase the transport lockdown on Ingrid. It'll cost them 20 faction credits instead. And of course, they don't get any XP this turn because they still have a goal that has been just sitting with them for a while. Let's go copy this over. Oh, I should put Aguamal Syndicate's turn in here too. Oops. And the Larkspur Combine? Wow, I'm so far behind in transferring these over, folks. There we go. This was a total of 4 XP. On to the 8th faction in our faction turn this time, which is the Concord of Mutual Disdain, who are going to be spending some of their XP to bring their wealth score up by 1 to level 6. So the XP cost to do this is a total of 12, as we can see from our chart. And the Concord of Mutual Disdain has more than that. They'll go down to 1 before taking their wealth score up to a 6. This does increase their income, so they'll get a total of 9 faction credits this turn, before taking the Scout System Goal and the Buy Asset action. Let's go ahead and not forget to do that, and then give the Concord their money of 9 faction credits. And then they're going to take a few things. So they're going to be establishing a gas giant mine on Viken, which is a role they need to make. We'll see here which this is. It doesn't really matter because they're able to do this with like basically no effort. They have like a plus 15 or something, but woohoo, they beat the DC. I don't even think I used the correct modifier, but that's alright. We'll give them their gas giant mine around Viken. The advantage to gas giant mine 5. There's an odd character in Viken, isn't there? Yeah. Also, apparently I'm missing a thing for this gas giant mine. Oops. You know, there's an Armageddon mech on Viken that I can just go use to take care of its awkward character. Because it's all awkward characters. Sector objects. Thanks. There we go. And this is a gas giant mine. But this Armageddon mech here is on Viken is going to move to 1618 into space. That'll cost a faction credit. They're then going to distance dilation on Armageddon mech on planet AL. This one? Yeah. To planet BK. Before moving an Armageddon mech on planet DK to 1218 into the middle of space. They're then going to buy smugglers on planet DK. Concord of Mutual Disdain. Smugglers. This, of course, costs them, a total of 2 faction credits. And that will wrap up their turn. Let's go give them their XP. Concord of Mutual Disdain now is at 2. Let me paste this in and charge them for their costs. Before we move on to the Tahora Y, coming in 9th, the faction turn, they're going to be spending a bunch of their XP as well to get up to Force 8. This costs a total of 20 XP, taking them all the way back down to 0. This does increase their income, giving them a total of 25 faction credits of income for the turn. They're going to be taking the inside enemy territory goal, as we've seen from them quite a bit, followed up by the buy asset action. So first off, we have some things to move around and trade in, and let's go through them all. Oops. in order here. Oh, first off, there is a strike fleet. The Kapua Ramana currently on Tellus. Somewhere it's in their list here. Kapua Ramana on Tellus. Do. Here it is. This is going to move to Dyne, costing them a faction credit. They're then going to trade this in to purchase a capital fleet asset. Oh, they're traded in. Cost was 12, so this costs 28 faction credits. But it does go up to 30 HP and is pretty beefy. Then we have some other things to move around. We should mark this with purchase sickness. We then are moving the, and also I think this loses stealth. And then moving the anchorage station, the Matika Tirana, from Tellus to Dyne. Matika. I have this one's on Dacia. Oh wait, this is an anchorage station? That's what, yep. Anchorage station, Matika Tiranga from Tellus to Dyne. I think Dacia to Dyne is a valid movement. Yeah, Dacia to Dyne is a valid movement. I bet Memo's in chat. Let me see what he had to say. You sent an updated slot slate before the lock. Oh, did I just not copy the right one? Might not have. Tellus to Dyne. Yeah, Dacia to Dyne is what I would do, because you've identified which one it is. I don't require the origin to be correct, so long as I can tell which asset it was supposed to be. So Dacia to Dyne. This is the advantage of naming things. You get more leeway in... Oops, this was not exactly what we meant. Mancuraniti to Tellus for the Black Gorab. The Matega Wakana is moving from Dacia to Tellus. The Space Marines. Oops, that was what I just... The Black Orb moves from Tellus. Mercury here, Dacia to Tellus. Yep, that was correct. And then the Pakut and the Distorted Lens, the Akele Lacarina, move from here to Mancuraniti. Which wraps up the 4 things needed for inside enemy territory, so that's 2 XP. And a combination of movement costs and the asset that was purchased costs a total of, it's an expensive turn, 34 faction credits. No worries, Memo. This is the advantage to asset names, right? If I know what asset you're trying to move and your destination is valid, even if the origin is wrong, that's fine, because a lot of times the origin is the identifier. So if that's the only identifier I have, I can't know which one to move. But with that, let's move on to the Tellus Council, who of course start their turn by paying 1 faction credit to the bank before getting a chance to use their asset ability and making the world's most consistent number of rolls. First off, we have a post-deck industry to roll for on the world of Tellus. This is a d6, re-rolling a die result of 1 with the planet tag. They've re-rolled a 1 into a 1, which means they lose a faction credit. There's 2d8s here, which is for 2 pre-tech manufactories. They've both rolled a 6. We now have a harvester to reroll. That rolls a 4, and we have a party machine. Actually, I don't think the planet tag can activate a second time, can it? So that's a little silly, but okay. So -1 for the post-tech industry, +3, so that's a total of 5. The harvester earned a faction credit, that's 6. The party machine earned a faction credit, that's 7. Doubled up to 14. There were 2 triggers of the speculative investment tag, because there was 1 earlier in the faction turn, which is a total of 16? Yeah, that math sounds right. I'm sure somebody in chat will tell me if I'm wrong. Actually, we'll see. But that sounds correct for the Tellus Council. Up next, we have the jailers to make a turn for, which, of course, I drafted their turn. They'll be taking the use asset ability turn for this 1 new asset of theirs that is going to move the Armageddon mech, oops, I can't spell, to Tellus. Taking advantage of the fact that it can just teleport there, and it's going to smite the Tahora Y and not give them a faction credit. It probably will, because I don't think I can actually smite them without having a bank, so this is the advantage to infinite money as this faction. I can just pay a credit from jailers. Congratulations, you get a faction credit for the showing up. Jailers Armageddon mech moves to Tellus. I think this also should gain the armored status. Even though I forgot to write it down here, and gain armored. Then they're going to spawn a new strike fleet randomly. So, we got D2. Okay. And then I need a planet. Nope, I don't need that planet. I need... That's the wrong planet roll. I need a roll on the planet tables that I have. Planet list. There we go. Planet BN, 1600. As they are going to... The jailer... Oops. The jailers. Add a strike fleet. Could have done this at the end, but it seemed easy enough to do it here. In Polaris. Where is that? 1600? Oh, this is, wow. That's way up here. And the Starlit Courts area. No. Interesting. We'll see what the jailers decide to do next. That's the end of their turn. And last but not least, we have the Umbral Triumvirate, who will also be taking the use asset ability action. Unlike last turn, pretty sure they bought a thing last turn. Nope, they didn't. But that is, they're just going to go back to rolling their 3 harvesters. Let's go see how that goes. /R, 3d6. None of those made any money this turn. Not a great harvest on Nuevo Asphodel then, but they do just get 1 faction credit of income. Okay, let me make sure I have things here. The wraparound travel that Concord learns the jailers are using. Fair enough. Okay. Oh, they weren't charged for the movements? Oh, yeah, you're right. They weren't. I can fix that. 27. Good catch there. And the correct planets are DG, DR. This is for these. Okay, so DG is correct. DR is correct. And then CM is correct. It's not DC. And, oops. And it's not DM, which I have cleared. Okay, so we fixed up the Caesars. We've got the correct movement thing. And I have one other post-turn thing. Some of you may have noticed if you looked at this sheet at the start that there was a new line here. And that's because I was going to need it and didn't want to have to edit this live. So we've got a returning faction. The Mimnos Harbafab have appeared out in the 0116. An old remnant of their establishment seems to have been rediscovered and revealed itself on this planet. And so that's, of course, an interesting thing. And so they have some, well, oops, nope. They have some things to I think they were, what, Mimnos for their short one? Oops, I didn't write down their tags. Well, we'll fix their tags afterwards. The important thing is where they have some assets showing up, isn't it anyway? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me 6 rows, please. Oh, right. I'm gonna have to fix this data validation. Edit to A15. Done. Apply to all. Nah. Cool. I need a strike fleet. I need a second strike fleet. I need an orc moles. I need a medical center. I need a retech infantry. And I need an extended theater. These all sort of have purchase sickness, but I'm not going to mark it because it like makes no difference. Because it would just all go away at the start of next turn. And these assets aren't going to be traded or have anything like that done with them anyway, so easier for me if I don't. But a few of these assets don't show up on Planet DQ. 2 strike fleets and the orc moles. Oh, oops, that was I moved the wrong ones. These 3 assets show up on Tellus. These show up on Planet DQ. I will say if you were on the Mimnos Harbafab and have anything you wish to express desire that they might do in this modern iteration of Beacon Space, you should let me know. They aren't going to function with infinite money. They'll actually have to follow the income rules. I'll have to play by my own playing by my own rules there. I need to modify this too, don't I? Yeah. 16. Apply to all. Does that give me Mimnos? Oh, right. It doesn't because I need to put this over here. Oh, there's a validation page. Okay, I'll fix this off stream, but they're gonna get some money to start some things off. And I'll double check how much that was. But that is they are showing up on the map to cause some hijinks and fun. Of course, should mean I should adjust the faction table over here. Save changes, save changes. Give me a faction, please. The Larkspur Combine. I don't think they have 5. Nope. Cool, they can take this. Larkspur Combine. Have picked up the Distorted Lens asset from this turn. It, of course, has Purchase Sickness, but they get it stealthed on Langen. Fantastic. All right, I think that's about it. Do they get charged pirate tax on their arrival? No, they don't get charged pirate tax on their arrival. Did I roll for Tahora-wise revised charts? I don't think I did. Let me go double check. No, I missed that because I just finished your movements and then moved on with life. So let's go roll for that. Roll a d10 plus 8 versus DC 11 to change an atmosphere. That's a 15. So planet H. Planet map. Planet H. Goes from corrosive and abrasive. Pretty sure that's like +3 is enough to get to breathable in a single go. Because 15 beats DC 11, you get the 1, 13, 15, so +3. Yeah, it's exactly enough. Fantastic. No, they don't get charged pirate tax on their arrival. They didn't move there. They spawned there. It's a mechanical difference. So, that said, I think that's it announcements-wise for what I've got. It'll be fun to see how Mimnos interact and how many new things we might see them rely on. We could double check if you're interested, since you said you couldn't remember what all they moved into the black hole. Let me go find that spreadsheet. I'm pretty sure it's recorded there, isn't it? I don't think my short link works anymore, but not that hard to get back here. I should zoom in on this one for people. So this is the old First Agricultural Wars version of the spreadsheet. Faction turns for Mimnos. What did they do at the end? Did I not record it? Oh no, this one was it, right? They moved multiple strike fleets in. That sounds about right. But no, some of their asset picks were inspired by what they had left at the time, though. So if we take a look at their pick here, they had a medical center, they had that pre-tech infantry. They had several strike fleets. They threw several strike fleets into a black hole. They had an extended theater, so there was some inspiration taken from this. So yeah. Oh, this gives me a chance to check their tags since I opened it. They have Warlike and Scavengers. Warlike, Scavengers. I see no reason to reinvent the wheel when we already gave them tags. Cool. Of course, as always, if there are any questions about the updates, whatnot, I'll get things in the Discord for a text post on my end here within, I don't know, a little bit. It might take an couple of hours. I will fix up the spreadsheet so that the map is not broken, because I know there are a few of these assets that are floating in space and need a spot to go to. I'll get that fixed up off stream though, as well as finish getting the Mimnos Harbafab their initial starting money and all of that jazz. Cool. Well, thanks everyone for joining us here in Faction Turn 54. It's been a fantastic run, and I can't wait to see what happens over the next several turns as we find out, marching towards the end of our story. Thanks for hanging out with me here on a Saturday afternoon. As always, I've been Xavier Stordas, and we will see you next time for Unrestricted Warfare's Beacon Space Faction Turn 55 in May. Thanks again. I'll leave you with some chill tunes for the time being. Bye-bye.